running an entire Burger King location all by herself.
One of my employees just quit on me. They ain't had nobody else to come in. If it was by myself, had to do the dishes, do prep, do the floor, do front counter, drive-through.
A man who barricaded himself overnight inside of a Burger King.
Investigators believe that those two males did break into this Burger King right behind me through the drive-through window, which brings us to this scene you're about to see. They came for the safe. One guy was taken into custody immediately and peacefully went into the attic where there is very heavy insulation.
A judge has ruled Burger King must face a lawsuit claiming its famous Whopper appears larger on menu boards than it actually is.
Have it your way, your room.
James Whitman McLemore was born in 1926 in New York. In 1943, he attended Cornell, where he studied at the School of Hotel Management. In 1947, he married Nancy Nickel. In 1949, Jim started his first fast-service 24/7 restaurant, the Colonial Inn in Wilmington, Delaware. In 1952, Jim opened the Brickell Bridge restaurant in Miami. In 1953, in Jacksonville, Florida, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns opened a fast food restaurant called Burger King. It served basic hamburgers and milkshakes. The restaurant's concept was inspired by the popularity and success of the McDonald's franchise. According to Burger King themselves, James McLemore and David Edgerton opened their first Burger King in Miami in 1954. But according to multiple other sources, the owners of the original Burger King faced financial difficulties and had to sell the company to the Miami-based duo. But multiple sources say that Dave Edgerton invented or at least perfected the flame broiler, and Jim McLemore, based on what other competitors were doing, invented the Whopper of a sandwich with flame grilled meat and fresh ingredients, even if the dates are a little bit fuzzy. In the 1960s, under the leadership of Jim and Dave, things really began to take off for Burger King. In 1963, Burger King expanded outside of mainland USA into Puerto Rico. After McDonald's opened up their Hamburger University, in the 1960s, Burger King opened up Whopper College to train their new franchisees. In 1967, the Pillsbury Company acquired Burger King for $18 million. At the time, Burger King had 274 restaurants and over 8,000 employees around the world. After the sale, Jim stayed with the company, but Dave did not. Dave worked in various restaurants after the sale, including Bodega Steakhouse and Fuddruckers. In 1972, Jim retired as CEO from Burger King. In the late 1970s, Pillsbury brought in former McDonald's executive Donald N. Smith to revitalize Burger King. He did so by expanding the menu and tightening control over franchisees. In response to McDonald's Big Mac song, Burger King introduced their Have It Your Way jingle, completely open to customization and however you choose to enjoy your meal. Special orders would not upset them. The advertising campaign was considered one of the best of the 20th century. Burger King was strong in profitability and sales, and Burger King became the second best fast food franchise ever, only second to McDonald's. Burger King expanded to Europe in 1975 with its first location in Madrid, Spain. The first German branch of Burger King was opened in 1976 in West Berlin. By the 1980s, Burger King was the second largest restaurant chain on earth. The 80s saw Burger King focusing on expansion in Asia. The first Burger King in Asia opened in Hong Kong in 1979 as the 2,500th Burger King globally. In 1982, franchisees opened stores in several East Asian countries, including Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, and South Korea. Burger King tried to compete with their competition the best that they could. In response to White Castle, Burger King sold sliders. They sold fish sticks to battle with McDonald's successful Filet-O-Fish. In 1988, Grand Metropolitan plc acquired the Pillsbury Company, including Burger King, for $5.79 billion. In the 1990s, Burger King welcomed in a new health-focused era. They focused on providing healthier food options. This led to the invention of the BK broiler. This sandwich, made a whole new way, was comprised of ripe tomato, crisp lettuce, creamy ranch dressing, and a fresh bun. At the heart of it was a tender white meat chicken patty, oven cooked, then flame broiled to perfection. At the time, more than 90% of the chicken sold at fast food restaurants was fried. So a skinless, unfried chicken sandwich was really quite a novelty. Burger King really had their finger on the pulse and understood that the general population was looking for healthier fast food options. This led to the BK broiler being a major win in the chain's collection. Now, instead of trying to copy the success of others, such as sliders and large sandwiches, Burger King was in a rare position to be copied by their competitors. In a New York Times article from March 1991 about the rise of health-conscious fast food options, the BK broiler was called one of the most successful products ever introduced in the fast food business. If only the success could last. Burger King seemed to not be entirely clear on what they wanted their identity to be. Sure, the BK broiler was a big success, but not every invention was. Burger King attempted to present themselves as more upscale, which led to product lines such as the Burger King baskets and a meatloaf sandwich. And both of those items flopped. Unlike with the BK broiler, this wasn't a good read on the market and where they saw Burger King positioned. People rejected the formal dining options and the table service offered. In 1997, Grand Metropolitan merged with Guinness to form Diageo plc. This large conglomerate, even now that they own Burger King, didn't really make BK a major priority. Throughout Burger King's history, there has been drama and tension between the corporate leads and franchisees. Billy and Jimmy Trotter offered to buy Burger King from Pillsbury for $100 million, and Pillsbury declined twice. Burger King, by the time of the Diageo merger, was not a golden goose, it was simply a problem child. In 2002, Diageo sold Burger King to a group of private equity firms led by TPG Capital, with associates Bain Capital and Goldman Sachs Capital Partners for $1.5 billion. And this left the business relationship between the owners and the franchisees basically non-existent. In 2006, Burger King Holdings went public and listed its stock on the New York Stock Exchange. Burger King Holdings, Inc. raised $425 million in their initial public offering. The sale valued Burger King at around $2.26 billion. During the 2008 recession, things got extra tense due to franchisees claiming that the prices that corporate set were too low to make a profit. The leading item of contention was the $1 double cheeseburger. Franchisees said that they lost money every time they sold one. In 2009, the $1 double cheeseburger was at the center of the National Franchisee Association's, NFA, lawsuit against Burger King. The lawsuit was dropped in 2011. In 2010, 3G Capital, an investment group, took over Burger King in a leveraged buyout. This made Burger King a private company again. Sales profits were down 17%, and its stock market performance was not one to write home about. So they decided to open the first ever location in Moscow, Russia. After closely studying the region, they believed that Russia was an exciting, active market with a vibrant economy, and they believed that Moscow would really embrace the Burger King experience. They also began a restaurant remodeling project. Around 12,000 stores were redone with a more cool, industrial look, and the menu was now shown on high-tech electronic screens. Many of Burger King's restaurants hadn't had a major redo in 20 years, and experts were saying that Burger King was very slow to modernize. The redesign featured corrugated metal, exposed brick, modern hanging lamps, flat screen televisions, digital menu boards, and red and beige colors. By 2012, Burger King shares were being sold to the public again, with 3G Capital maintaining a controlling interest. In 2012, Burger King Holdings, Inc. had more than 12,000 mainly franchise fast food outlets in the world. Its new investor at the time, Justice Holdings, expected the chain's core profits in 2012 to be almost double those in 2010. 3G Capital retained a 71% stake in the company, while Justice Holdings, a shell company that went public in February 2011, merged with Burger King and paid about $1.4 billion in cash for a 29% stake in the new company. Burger King Chief Financial Officer Daniel Schwartz said the deal with Justice valued Burger King at an enterprise value of $8 billion, double its valuation in October 2010 when it was acquired by 3G Capital. In 2014, Burger King Worldwide merged with Canadian donut and fast food chain Tim Hortons. They formed a new parent company called Restaurant Brands International. Some critics saw this as a tax-avoiding move. Restaurant Brands International was headquartered in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Today, RBI owns 4 of the world's most prominent and iconic quick-service restaurant brands: Tim Hortons, Burger King, Popeyes, and Firehouse subs. RBI's principal executives are in Miami, Florida. In North America, RBI's brands are headquartered in the home markets where they were founded decades ago: Canada for Tim Hortons, and the US for Burger King, Popeyes, and Firehouse subs. Burger King's leadership and decisions really fell apart during the pandemic. They reacted too slow to be able to keep their workers safe. In the summer of 2020, workers staged a nationwide protest. "We all quit. Sorry for the inconvenience," read the marquee outside of Burger King in Lincoln, Nebraska. The gesture made headlines in July 2021 after upwards of 11 workers walked out due to short staffing and oppressive work conditions. In April of 2025, the owner of 57 Burger King restaurants filed for bankruptcy, citing high labor costs and inflation. Consolidated Burger Holdings owed nearly $37 million to creditors. This led to them filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Consolidated Burger had sales of $67 million and an operating loss of $12.5 million in fiscal year 2024. The previous year, $76.6 million in sales and a net operating loss of $6.3 million. Consolidated Burger said they plan to continue operating its restaurants during the bankruptcy process, but is seeking to sell the company and its assets. Burger King rolled out their Reclaim the Flame initiative in 2022. This initiative's goal was to increase sales growth and drive franchisee profitability, which, looking at the history of the company, seems very self-aware of their biggest pitfalls in the company's history. The plan was put together with franchisees from across the country and expected 85 to 90% of the 7,000 Burger King restaurants in the US will get the redesign by 2028, according to CNBC. To get the Reclaim the Flame movement rolling, Burger King acquired Carroll's Restaurant Group, which operated over 1,000 Burger King and Popeyes locations. By bringing Carroll's into the fold, Burger King can streamline its modernization efforts, an undertaking that seeks to give 85 to 90% of US Burger Kings a long overdue facelift. Looking quickly at Google Finance, RBI stock is currently at $69.60 as of this filming. This is up almost 7% year to date. Obviously, this includes more than just BK, but this is still a good sign. Burger King corporate has not always seen eye to eye with its franchisees, but this Reclaim the Flame initiative is certainly a good start, and it's a big step towards mending the fence and the relationship between the two sides. And yes, it's not good that Consolidated Burger Company declared bankruptcy, but in reality, that's only about 59 stores out of around 19,000 stores worldwide. And bringing in Carroll's 1,000 Burger King and Popeye stores is a much bigger move and a step in the right direction. Burger King, for far too long, was under investment firms and companies that really didn't see its true potential. Now under RBI, it's with other quick service restaurants, so they can all share lessons and they can all grow in the right direction together. In 2023, Burger King's average profitability numbers were at an all-time high. Long gone are the days of Burger King being Diageo's problem child. Going forward, the company has their eyes on the crown as they look to reign supreme in the fast food kingdom.